time is it? Oh, it's still morning, almost afternoon. So chit chat, Kit Kats. Tuesday, I'm going to be having a get-together online with Dave Johnson, who channels the Man in the Moon. And so we're going to have a get-together, a powwow, and just discuss maybe channeling and perhaps hypnosis, channeling, etc. Lord only knows where this is going to go. No set thing in place, but we'll see what happens. Now, I always notice with him, and I noticed the first time I saw him channeling, that when he's channeling, he's going like this. You see his body in motion. So, afterwards, one of the days I talked to him and said, I see you're connecting, your energy is connecting, and it's, for him, that energy moves. He's got that connection going, and it looks like it's, as he's doing it, he's grounding. And, again, this energy is moving. So, I noticed that immediately when I saw him channeling, that he's open to these energies, okay? So it's going to be interesting to see what comes forward. So I have no idea what we're going to talk about, what we're going to get into, but again, more than likely it's going to be about maybe hypnosis and the channeling, etc. And so that will be interesting, okay? So he's on one side of the world. He'll be over there, dressed in warm clothing, and I'm over here sweltering. So he's freezing, I'm sweltering. If we meet in the middle, maybe we'll get some temperate. But anyway, yeah, that'll be interesting to see what comes out of it. So, we'll find out. But, yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. Anyway, so what else is coming up? Again, I'm looking forward to getting out there on the road. But I've got those books coming. Was working on that book. I had to kind of be here for that because that was just, I'm so glad I'm done with that. Navigating that site and trying to figure my way through was just, whew, but wound up finding my way through it. And then I went to have to print out this label to send these cards back. And the printer's offline, and trying to figure out how I connect it again. Oh, but as you see, I did get it printed, so I was able to get that back up online. But, yeah. Like I said, I am looking forward to being out on the road again. Now, I did have that girl come back again. I don't know, those that have been here for quite a while know there was this girl that came in, and she was all full of herself, that you need to know who I am, and I'm going to be somebody really important, and you need to remember my name, and, was trying to tell me how I need to read cards, and was just going off. So, you need to read the cards, see who I am. So I did. I did 3 readings back to back, and I saw who she is. She apparently did not like it. So I had posted it, and said, you're done here. You don't come to somebody else's channel and start railing against them, what they're doing, how they need to do it, and you're somebody so important with yourself, etc. Everybody needs to remember who you are, and, you know, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, I put that up in line. And that was months and months and months ago. Well, I did that interview on, what is that channel, the girl that's in Vietnam, her channels. And this girl saw it, and she comes on and starts railing again and being nasty and ridiculous. And so the girl in Vietnam saw it, and she took it down right away. So still unhappy. That girl comes back over here again yesterday and says, I need to take that video down about her, and or she's going to have me taken offline, and again. So I just took her name off of it, and I left it up. You know. So I shortened the video, took her direct name out of it, but left it there. And it's really pushing her buttons. So why do I leave it up? Because this is something that she would be beneficial to look at about running around the net telling people she's so self-important and railing against them, and then getting pissy when she says to do a reading, find out who she is, and you do it. She doesn't like it. And she's getting really pissy and threatening you and this and that, you know. So again, you know, the video is still up to some degree. I took quite a bit of it out, but it's still there. The energy is still there, because this is, you know, can be a life lesson for her. Again, when she come in, she's telling me how I need to do tarot, and I look at her channel, I said, well, you have nothing up. You're coming to my channel, probably going to other people's channels and railing against them. And saying if you're pulling cards like this, you're a witch and you're this and you're that, and you need to do, you know. And then she goes over to her channel, and she does what? She's got one reading up or two readings up. Well, I posted on my channel. I've got my channel now and now. Still again. Well, she never posted, again, anything else. She's got a couple things up there, but yet she was the big expert on all of this. And really bent out of shape because you called her on her BS. Now, I don't know whether she's in fantasy land and apparently had some sort of a reading, maybe, I don't know if it was astrology reading or something, but was telling her that she had the potential to be something important. So she's running around the net telling people, you need to remember my name. You need to remember my name. Why? You haven't even started the path, and people need to remember how important you think you are. Yeah, well, again, that didn't go over. Went over like a lead balloon over here. So, you know, wish her well. And I saw that did the reading that says she's trying to be on a path and she's trying to do meditation and stuff, but this stuff is failing. Okay? There's a long way to go. And so the point of it is, when you go around and you want to claim that you're something big, high, and mighty, and people need to know who you are, and you haven't even begun the journey, that you're struggling with with things. You can't go around and tell people how fabulous you are. Okay? And you don't come to somebody's channel and start railing on them. You know, it's just, you don't do that. Okay? Now, there are a lot of readers that I see that some are really fabulous and some of them are just full of hot air, you know, if you will. But you don't go to their channel and start railing on them and tell them they need to do this and they need to do that, etc. Okay? You don't do it. So anyway, you know, I just put her on hide from the channel so she can go on keeping railing and drama and threatening and this and that and thinking, you know, blowing herself up. But she's going to find out that that doesn't work. Doesn't work. So sometimes that flagging ego that wants to blow itself up, it needs to have that little pin. Pin. And hopefully it pushes the button enough that they stop and finally start looking a little deeper. Apparently that hasn't happened yet because they're still on this mental, you can just see the mind just going in a circle. And for months, it might have been already up to a year, she's still cranking on it, still cranking on that same thing. Kind of like Trump in the 2020 election. It's about to that degree. It's a mental spin that just is not going to be willing to let go of that energy. Okay? They didn't get what they wanted, was not impressed, and so they get angry and start this big drama cycle. Okay? So anyway, that's some of the other craziness that's going on. You know, you can't make everybody happy, and this is not about, in the spiritual path, it doesn't mean you have to be a doormat for people to come and wipe their feet on. It's not about that. It's not about coddling everybody. Sometimes you need to put out some tough love out there. Okay? And hopefully it breaks through their shell of delusion so that they can actually begin to move forward. So on that note, I'll leave that here. And you know what we need to do, because I've got frickin' frack back here. And you know what has to happen every day. I can't say the words. But at the moment, they're both kind of chillaxing here, which is nice. I got one on one side and one on the other side. Oh my goodness. And I have got one of those headaches again. I don't know whether I laid wrong or what, but I've got the muscle back here that's like, it gives you that headache. I don't know if I just slept wrong, but I can feel that muscle. I can press those pressure points, and that muscle is just... So I'm going to take an Advil. But I think it's the way I was sleeping wrong, and my head was adjusted wrong, and so that muscle is just painful. I keep trying to move my neck and stretch that muscle out. I'll do some energy work on it here in a few seconds. But that gets hot when you start doing energy work. Feel that heat. So anyway, on a second, I'm going to work on that. Oh yeah, I can feel that. You move that and you can feel that energy inside, moving that stuff. Those of you that do energy work, you know, you can just hold it over that area and you can feel it just So I'm going to get off of here. I'll do energy work on it in a second. And yeah, I just heard it crack, crack. So it's already starting to loosen things up in there. So I'm going to work on that a little bit. And but I can tell you, sometimes when you go to work on things, it can be painful as it's moving things. Like one time I had a break here, broke my arm where you can't set it, you can't do anything. And they told me if I move it, I'd have to have a pin. Well, I had to move it all the time because at the time I was homeless. The car I had was a stick shift, and I have 2 dogs. Okay, not these 2, but I had 2 dogs. So I was continually moving my arm. You know, I'm driving, I'm moving, I'm having to set up a tent at night, I'm walking the dogs with a broken thing. I'd never had a pin in it. And I've seen people with the same break that can't raise their arm any more than this. I have full range of motion. So I was doing the energy work to knit those bones. And it knit those bones, but I'm telling you, the pain as that energy is going through those broken bones was extreme. But it did knit the bones. I never had to have a pin. I've got full range of motion with it. So, you know, I can tell you absolutely energy work works. And I've worked with energy work with a number of people and stuff. And it absolutely does work. Okay, so anyway, on that note, I'll leave that here because I can feel, yeah, that's already loosening up and I can feel things in there crunching and moving and shifting. So I'm going to do some energy work on that today. Woo! Wow. Moving that energy in there almost makes you dizzy. Make me a bit dizzy. But it is, you know, I may not even have to take an Advil. I'm just going to keep working on it. But yeah, you can feel that shifting energy. You can just feel it penetrating when you're working on these things. And, you know, you can do energy work long distance. I've done it from here to India, okay? And absolutely they feel it, you know. So, yeah, energy work can be quite potent. But yeah, I'm going to continue to work on this. There are so many shifts that you feel inside. You feel heat, you feel pressure, you feel, yeah, like I said, some areas when it hit it, it made me almost dizzy. Made you dizzy. Woo, right up in there. And as it starts to loosen, you can feel like a tingling, like a pulling in one area. Yeah. Yeah, I don't talk about a lot of this stuff. But yeah. You feel heat, feel tingling, you feel it moving, the energy moving, and it can shift things in there as well. So I'm going to pull out some of that other energy out of there as well. So anyway, on that note, I'll leave this here, and I'm going to work on this for a while. Oh! And we'll see you online.